Alright, it is Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. It's currently 3:09 p.m. This is documentation of what is criminal obstruction of justice, while the entity that is the state of California that is monitoring via the people of the state of California. I am subject to ceaseless monitoring. This is an ongoing criminal act in progress, okay? And while doing so, while aware of what I am documenting about their criminal conduct, understand the nature of the crime of monitoring and all of that which I have outlined that the entity is engaged in on a ceaseless basis as it is monitoring. Engaging in the criminal act of blocking internet access. That is a specific act of criminal obstruction of justice, a direct threat, again, to my life, my physical safety, my overall well-being, while intending and clearly demonstrating a diligent intent to continue that criminal conduct, and then engaging in acts of seeking to obstruct the ability to publish the evidence of that criminal conduct. And again, which I captured on podcasts, on videos, and pictures and screenshots. And I am documenting via this podcast and by these screenshots as I am showing what is the inability to log on to Wi-Fi at Economy Inn. Again, I am subject to ongoing monitoring. The state is still present with its light source over the venue. The state is still aiming directed light onto the surfaces around, including inside of this room. That is the state's engineered light. The state is amplifying what is the sound of third-party group stalkers as they are maintaining presence via traffic, and the state is amplifying into the room the sound of what is traffic. So that's a means of creating noise. Group stalkers creating activity in the parking lot as they surround the room. Ongoing monitoring. It's the ongoing creation of activity while they are maintaining presence in the path. This is group stalking and monitoring with communication devices that I remain subject to at Economy Inn, located at 2301 South Euclid Avenue. And again, last night, where I documented more third parties, specifically identifying them, the same group is engaged in this ongoing system as it is systematically underway. Again, monitoring on the run as they are crossing path on the 60 freeway on Euclid Avenue, entering and exiting inside of the venue in their vehicles, engaging in literal stalking conduct as they're monitoring, engaged in corporate invasion of privacy. And while the state is engaged in all manner of light creation and amplification of activity that is audible, and also stalking in the path via aircraft and by the state that is directly present, remaining in relevant position in emergency vehicles such as ambulance, fire trucks, and police vehicles. Okay, all of the elements are present. The state is engaged in ongoing conduct. This is documentation of what is the intentional act, because again, just like a flickering light is not a malfunction, the state's blocking the ability to access internet, which is a means by which the entity is monitoring me, is engaged in what is criminal obstruction of justice, seeking to block my ability to publish that which it is aware that I am documenting about its criminal conduct. That is a direct threat by the government, by the people of the state that are monitoring, as I remain subject to their ongoing criminal system that is underway as I remain in the room. So I want to be clear. Again, the name of the Wi-Fi network at Economy Inn is called Economy Inn, and this is the full signal for Wi-Fi remains present. The ability to log on, it's not a malfunction on my phone. This is P.O.C. And this is the same pattern of conduct underway. This is called criminal obstruction of justice, and it is a direct threat by that entity, documented and acting vicariously by the state, all of whom are engaged in group monitoring with communication devices and seeking to obstruct in the same way that I captured on podcast and in screenshots as the state is flying over my head and patrolling around me by aircraft and patrolling around me in their vehicles, group stalking and monitoring, and my phone is blocked from the ability to capture video. It's not a malfunction, that's monitoring. Okay, the internet, the inability to log onto the Economy Inn Wi-Fi network is not a malfunction, that's monitoring. And that is a threat by that entity that is monitoring you and trying to block your ability to publish that criminal conduct that is in progress. Okay, so I want to be clear on that. It's 3:13 p.m. and this is the ongoing inability to log onto the Wi-Fi. Since I returned to my room at Economy Inn, documenting what is the ongoing pattern of conduct while the state is present in the parking lot. They're literally in their vehicles as I walk through the parking lot, group stalking. All of them begin operating their vehicles, which is the creation of light activity as they are patrolling sitting in their cars, they are in alignment. They begin movement in their cars. They're crossing path, all as a group together. They are patrolling, and they are acting in concert with the state that is patrolling via aircraft. They're acting via the people of the state that are patrolling as they are in traffic, while the state is amplifying all manner of activity. And as I also documented, that directed light, which is appearing on the surfaces, which is not occurring from any manner of headlights. This is the ongoing hallmark, prefacing what the people are engaged in concert with that entity. This is a direct threat. This is unreasonably construed as such while you are engaged in an ongoing criminal conduct and then blocking the ability, this is the government, blocking the ability to publish that which is criminal conduct that is a threat to your life. Demonstrating a deliberate intent, determination to continue to engage in that criminal conduct of an unprecedented level in concert with the people who are surrounding you, and maintaining ongoing knowledge of what you are doing inside of what is a private space. And this is how they are engaged in that behavioral pattern of stalking with activity, amplifying the sound of that which is not naturally occurring, which is the sound of traffic inside of the depths of a hotel room, which is supposed to be coming from the 60 freeway, supposed to be coming from Euclid Avenue. I don't think so. That's P.O.C, okay? And it is in no way funny at all. I'm speaking to the ridiculousness of the state's pattern of conduct. And this is a very potent threat that the government is posing. The government is acting via Economy N. Economy N represents the people of the state of California, facilitating monitoring, facilitating that system that is ceaselessly underway. And this is a documentation which shall be published. All of this is going on the internet. This is all going toward prosecution. This is a criminal tactic of that entity that seeks to block your ability to publish its criminal conduct that you have direct evidence of. Understand, this is how the entity operates, and this is speaking to that federal prosecution under S.I.I.S. federal legislation, which I have laid out and published for purposes of prosecuting a public entity that is monitoring and doing so via the people of the state. And understand that this is going to what is the total absence of that presumption of legitimacy by a government and by the people. It is creating what is necessary, which is the irrebuttable presumption of public corruption. This is the type of conduct that the entity engages in. This is pursuant to what is monitoring with communication devices, and criminal obstruction of justice is tethered to that pattern of conduct. It is P.O.C. to try to obstruct the targeted individual's ability to document and to publish, seeking to conceal the fact that they are monitoring, doing so by blocking, engaging actually in any manner of conduct, which all of which is criminal and a direct threat to your physical safety, your livelihood, your very life, and your overall well-being, while they are demonstrating, as you continue to document, a demented amount of determination to continue to engage in that, regardless of the fact that it is fully exposed, that it is being published, and doing so in a necessarily public manner for purposes of exposing what the government is currently and ceaselessly engaged in. This is an ongoing criminal act that is in progress, and the ability to publish that evidence is a direct threat to your life while they are continuously engaged in that monitoring conduct. Okay, I want to be clear. This is being blocked from the ability to access Wi-Fi while I'm at Economy N, and if and when I get up out of this venue and go to where I will access internet, I will document more third parties who are engaged in that ongoing criminal conduct. This is in no way stopping publication, no way stopping documentation. This is going toward prosecution and speaking to what is absolutely necessary as to everything that I have already outlined in what is S.I.I.S. federal legislation, systematic infliction of inhumane suffering, where a public entity, that is the state, here it is the state of California, but this is a template for how the government is monitoring American citizens in doing so. Where the government is monitoring via communication devices, it is doing so by the people of that state. All right, and this is how that system is ceaselessly underway, and it engages in criminal obstruction of justice, all of which is a direct threat to your life while they are continuously engaged in that which is monitoring conduct, a criminal act that is ceaselessly in progress, and it is also that which is demonic activity, which you are witnessing in the natural. Okay, you are looking at what is satanic and what is also criminal. That is P.O.C. It's 3:19 p.m. and it is Saturday, April 3rd, 2021. I remain subject to this act, which is a direct threat to my life, at Economy Inn, 2301 South Euclid Avenue. The people of the state of California on surveillance cameras understand those surveillance cameras are not only a means of documentation of prosecution. Understand the government is monitoring through those security cameras. Okay, so you're talking about that which is outside of Economy Inn, having access to and monitoring as I remain here, acting in concert with the people of the state that are vicariously present on behalf of that government. All they are doing is monitoring. That is all that is underway, and that is what I am surrounded by, and systematically so, especially on the facilities of interstate commerce. That is the 60 freeway, that is Euclid Avenue. And that is all of whom are in relevant position in professional businesses that surround and private residences that surround. It is P.O.C. All right, 3:19 p.m. and that is the P.O.C.